I'm Christine Martin. I'm the mom of the Reptile family. I love to share my lizards and turtles and snakes and frogs and bugs with children and families. Well, actually, I got started when I was about 2 years old. My grandfather grew up in Florida, and when he'd go back and visit family, he would always bring us a treasure. And one year he brought me a turtle. I was about 2. And he asked, and I said, "Where's my bird?" And he went, "Well, I brought you a turtle." So I don't know, maybe I should have been a raptor person, I don't know, but my first pet was a turtle, and his name was Rudy, and that's where things got started. I was a preschool teacher and a parent education teacher, and I always had animals in the classroom because I feel that's very important for children to see animals, more so in the wild, but in order to get to know them, some of them needed to be in captivity. And so the children watched me as I cleaned their enclosures and fed them, and that's how things kind of grew. We got a menagerie in the classroom. We met on the bicycle path in Santa Monica. I was going in one direction, he was going in the other. Neither of us interested in meeting anybody. We were both single at the time. I was finishing graduate school, and he chased me, and he caught up with me. And we just started to talk. And I had actually an art exhibition that I was taking down. I invited him to help me take it down because he said he was an artist too. So we had a lot in common. We're both artists, we're both into animals, we're parents. We were parents of teenagers at the time. And one thing led to another. Actually, the reaction is really good because one of the first things we do when we introduce ourselves is to let them know that they will not be forced to touch or hold anything. Once that is clear, they know that they can sit in the safety zone or come forward to touch and hold if they want. And that's really important with young children because they need to be able to make that choice. There's so few choices that children can make. Getting the choice of red pajamas or blue pajamas, cereal or oatmeal, a choice of touching or not, touching or holding or not, very, very important for young children, as well as the grown-ups. Absolutely the children. They have a trust right off the bat, and the parents have built-in fears. So it's bigger for them to overcome their fears, and when they do, they're very proud of themselves, but the children they're the best. Personally, I would say it's of some things that are unknown, although I am a risk taker, so sometimes I'll jump into things feet first and then find out later that maybe I shouldn't have, but mostly it's unknown. And so when the animals are concealed in these baskets, there's a little, anticipation, maybe fear, what will come out. Well, I experience joy, and I think that I see joy and excitement with them. They can't believe they're doing it themselves. And the buzz goes around. If the children watch as other children touch and hold, and it becomes a little bit infectious. So some children who might have been a little trepidatious, or whatever that word is, will maybe put a little bit more courage in there to touch or hold the animals. Giving them their space when they want it. Sometimes our animals let us know they don't want to work that particular day, and we give them that respect and that space. The way we handle them is with respect. We make sure that they feel real comfortable in our hands. Sometimes we'll use towels to sit them on so the animals feel especially comfortable in young children's hands in particular. And we do many, many different kinds of groups of people. And every group that we're with, we always want to give them respect. And in turn, we expect that as well. And we get it. It can be a human trait, but animals they're very intuitive, and they know if they're in a safe place or not. They can sense that very clearly right off the bat. Well, what we'd like to talk about is that when we bring our animals, we'll be traveling around the world in our imaginations, because many of the animals that we have are native to Africa, Asia, Australia, North and South America. So we do travel around the world, bringing out animals native to these different continents and countries. All the time, just like we're learning from children all the time. Every group is different. There's different numbers of children, there's just always a different, there's something's going on, and because we've done so many shows, we can walk in and kind of look around and see what we need to do to make this a great experience for everybody. Some animals have a lot of trust. We have one little lizard that when we put a teddy bear in its hands or arms, it will grasp onto it. And then we can put that little lizard in a child's hands on its back, and the child can hold it. And we gently rub the third eye on its head, which is what senses lights and shadows, and then we gently rub the eyelids, and they'll close their eyes and they'll fall asleep in the children's hands. That's a great deal of trust on the animal's part, and the child's part who's holding them. Yes, I'd be an artist. My husband and I both love to draw and paint, and we don't make enough time to do that. And the subject matters around us, wildlife and nature, it's there. So as we slow down a little bit over the next several years, we will be doing more painting and drawing and photography. Experiencing the animal. It can't just work from a photograph. We like to work from real life. We like to work with photographs. We like to work from our imaginations, because our memories of these animals is what helps bring out a particular look in their eyes or their expression or the way they hold themselves. But it's really through the painting, because that's where we put our personality as well as theirs together.